You said?
Should I stop sharing?
So are you okay with this now? You understand how
Yes,
to?
sir. Yes, sir. I actually forgot the name I used to save the other ones. That's why.
Okay, that's fine. Did you do okay, that's fine. That's fine. So you can stop sharing now.
Okay, sir.
You can stop sharing. So let me share screen. All right. So for the last session, okay, we had basically shown you that when you are entering data in Excel, there are basically how many data types?
We have three.
Can you name them?
That is the Boolean, formula, text, and number.
Number, text, Boolean, and what? Formula.
Formula function.
So whenever you enter a number, what do you observe?
Number always be at the right hand side.
When you enter a text, what do you observe?
At the left.
That's the left hand side.
When you enter a Boolean, what do you observe?
At the center.
True. That's true or false now.
Yes. And what again do you observe?
It's aligned to the center.
Aligned to where?
To the center.
Center. Good. Then what about a formula?
Starts with equal to.
Equal to. Do we know the difference between a formula and a function?
Not really.
You see, you said a function is a program formula.
Yeah. So if I have 1 plus 1, what is it?
The formula.
This is what? A formula. But if I say equal to sum,
that's a function.
Is it not the same addition we are doing? So this is a formula. This is a what? Function.
Function.
Are you clear with it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is the difference. Good. Now we say that in Excel, one of the tools that makes you work very smart is this what? Fill handle, isn't it? So either you double click or you what? Drag what? Down. Okay. And Excel understands patterns. So the moment it says January, next should be what? February, March, April to whenever. Okay. Same thing with Monday to what? Sunday. If you continue that in that same way, you'll have that. All right. So we have shown that. Again, we mentioned that whenever you are entering a table, that we have shown you how to put currencies now, isn't it? How to format your cells in your table to make it appear professional. So do not leave it without any commas, without currency. You must be specific on what you want to do. So do you all know how to put Naira sign? The Naira currency?
Yes.
How do we put Naira currency? Let's confirm. How do I put Naira currency?
You will go to that. You highlight the area you want to put the Naira currency.
Yes.
And you click on the currency tab and search for Naira.
Okay. So I can go to more number formats.
Yes.
Right? Currency, symbol. I will come and search for it and put whatever I need there. Okay. Now let me ask, what is the shortcut to put currency? What's the shortcut to put currency? Yes. If I want to put currency here, what's the shortcut?
Shortcut to put currency.
Control-Shift-4.
Control-Shift-4.
Control-Shift-4. Okay, so that's to put currency quickly. All right, so that's basically entering data in Excel. Okay, then when we moved over to looking at how do we work with Excel sheets. Okay, we said a sheet comprised of what? Rows and what? Columns. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So how does Excel identify a row? How does Excel identify a row? Yes.
It identifies a row by
It identifies the row by what?
number.
By number. How does Excel identify a column?
The letters.
By letter, okay?
Yeah.
Where a row and column meet is called what?
Cell.
A cell, isn't it? So that is why
Yeah.
anytime I click a particular cell, I have what they call the cell address. Okay? And we say Excel works with cells. If it's not in a cell, it's not Excel. Which means we must always enter, anything we are entering must be on its own. It must be in its own word cell. Because if I type like this and it crosses to another cell, how do I know where it is? If I click here, can you see there's nothing there?
Yes, sir.
Excel works with what? Cells. And because of that, there are some best practices that we should take note of when we are working with Excel sheets. One of them is that because Excel works with cells, so it's always going to try to identify that particular cell. So one thing we said we should do, avoid merging cells. The only time you can merge a cell is if it is what? A header like this, and you're not doing any analysis there. Okay? Otherwise, if you are putting a header, make sure you have a descriptive word header. Okay? And remember that in Excel, there are things we should take note of. There should be no empty rows and there should be no what? Empty columns. I think we mentioned that.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What again did we mention?
What did we mention again? No. No empty row, no empty column. There is no.
Yes, what other rules did we mention that you should take note of? Yes. What rules did we mention?
Can't remember.
Remember we said that Excel is an analysis tool. It's one of the analytic tools, isn't it?
Mm.
And when you are trying to analyze, there are two aspects of it. You're analyzing that past data or you want to predict what will happen in the future. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you are dealing with past, then you are basically doing reporting and basic analytics. Okay? But you must understand that whenever you are collecting data, that the data you are collecting is going to be used sometime in the future. Okay? So you must always ensure that you have your data ready for what analysis. Because as a data scientist, you realize that more than 80% of the time, you spend it towards cleaning the data ready for analysis. So if you have data that would have just taken you 10 minutes to analyze, it can take you almost a week or hours to start cleaning the data, structuring the data ready for what analysis. So the point here is that always have at the back of your mind that anytime I'm keeping data, this data will be used sometime in the what future. So keep it in a structure such that it is ready for what analysis. And some of the rules that we talked about is that there should be no empty rows, no empty columns, isn't it? We should not have totals in our data. I think that's what we said. There should be no what? Total or subtotal in your data. Because when you are doing your analysis, automatically your total will come in. I think that's what we said.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. What other thing did we mention again? That all your dates should be what? On a single word column.
Column. Yeah.
All dates should be on a single word column. We said all categories should be on a single word column.
Mm.
We said every table must have one row of what? Header. Is it not? All tables must have one row of what? Header. Okay? All right. Now, some other things that, and we said again, there should be no obstructions around your data. So rather than typing what you have here, rather make it as a what? Comments. So right click and put what? Comments. And put the comments inside rather than putting it close to the data. So there should be no obstructions around what? The data. Okay. So if you check your canvas, you will see one of the this that I gave you there, some tips in data. I think it was in Power BI. It was a Power BI tip. I gave you the 7 golden rules, so you can also look at that on your canvas. Okay. Then we'll talk about we should not merge what? Cells, isn't it? So rather repeat them. Okay. Any other thing? Now, always ensure that the most important information should come first. The most important information in the table should come first. Okay. So that's basically what we talked about working with Excel sheets. Nurudin, are you just joining us? Or are you part of?
Just joining. Oh.
Okay, you're just joining. Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I hope you have your Excel.
Come again?
I said, I hope you have your Excel, as in you have Excel ready.
No, you mean the one you have sent to participants? Or just
Yeah, yes. Do you have it?
No, I have not gotten it.
You have not gotten it.
Yes.
Okay, you have not gotten it. But which Excel version are you using?
2007.
2000 and what?
7.
Okay, please make sure you try to update it.
Okay.
Try to update it. Either use 2019 or 2019. If possible, 365, but 2019 is still okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone you can get, but
so I hope I've not missed much.
Yeah. You said what?
I said I hope I've not missed much.
No, that's what I'm going all over what I have done.
I have not missed much.
I'm just doing a recap of what I've done before. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, we talked about entering Excel data. You can watch the recording again. So I'm just going recapping what we have done. So you can watch the recording again, okay? All right. But just pay close attention. And if you have any question, you can always ask. Okay? All right. But let me ask you, what if I ask you to rate your Excel skill on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you rate yourself?
0.
0. So you have never used it. That means you have never used Excel.
I've used Excel very well. I can do some calculations with it, but I'm not really very, very at it.
All right, that's fine. So let me try and send you. Let me try and send this file to you now, so that let's see. That's the file. Or can somebody send it to him? If you can see it.
Yes, you can.
Can somebody send it to him either on the chat here?
Or yes, I will copy it then. Or my email. Did I send my email?
Yes, or somebody can send it through the email. That's fine. Yes.
Can I send my email?
But if you go to the canvas, it should be there on the canvas though. On files. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Somebody can help you send it. So, but just listen to what we are doing, okay?
Okay, I will.
Okay, so we have looked at working with Excel sheets. Okay, looking at working with Excel sheets. Now we said that one of the rules we should take note of is that in Excel there should be no empty rows and no empty what? Columns. No empty rows like this, no empty columns and no empty what? Rows. So if there are empty columns, the first thing I need to do, I have to what? Manually remove the empty what? Columns. So how do you remove empty column? You just right click and say delete. If I want to remove empty row, how do I do it? I right click and click what? Delete. But imagine I have up to 100 empty rows. empty rows. You see how many there are? So it is very difficult for me to go all through that way. Okay. So how do we remove it quickly? How do we remove the empty rows? Yes, how do we remove the empty rows?
I think you have to right click now. We have to right click and delete as well.
Or I want to remove all the empty rows at once. All the empty rows at once. How do we remove all the empty rows at once? If I have empty rows here, empty rows here. How do I remove all the empty rows at once?
I've forgotten what you used that day. Maybe you go to I guess maybe you highlight everything. I forgot how you did that day. Let me just try my laptop.
F5. So you press what? F5. Okay. Can you see special?
F5.
Yes, special blanks.
F5 to remove empty rows and column. F5.
F5, it will highlight them for you. It will highlight them for you.
Okay.
But make sure you have deleted all the columns first, manually first. So
okay,
that you wipe off the whole data. First of all, remove all the empty columns by yourself, okay, manually. But for your rows, ensure that it is completely what? Empty.
F5.
And how do you know it's completely empty? If you reduce the zoom, can you see it? It shows that it's completely what? Empty.
Yeah.
Okay. Then if I press delete, everything is gone. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Because remember, Excel is one tool that helps you work very smart. Okay? It helps you work very smart. And if you want to stand out in your organization, it is those who can use Excel very well. Okay, those are the key people that they are always looking at. Okay, but remember that the reward for hard work is what? What is the reward for hard work?
The reward for hard work is what?
Is what?
Success.
The reward for hard work is what?
Is more work now.
More work, exactly.
More work now.
So, but the faster you are, the more work will be coming in.
I know that. That's the routine in our office.
But you'll be
But
getting efficient as
shows that yes, they can trust you to do something, okay? And that's what keeps you growing. All right. So are we clear with this? Working with blank rules. Are we clear with this? So how do we do it? You can highlight your data if you want, or you come here. Can you see your find and select? Go to special, blanks, and automatically it should highlight all your blanks for you. Then you click what? Delete, and everything is gone. Good. So let's go to the next one. Free Spain. Free Spain.
Hello, sorry, I missed that. This thing just slowed down.
Your what?
I missed how to remove the empty rows here.
Do you have the files? This file now. You have it open now. Do you have this file open now?
No.
Well, hello. Do you have a Canvas dashboard? Do you? Hello.
Hello.
Do you have a Canvas dashboard?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so I guess you were just allowed to participate in today's class, and then if you make up your mind to go on with the course, so you'll be given a Canvas dashboard. So that's why you don't have. So yeah. So Mr. Francis, you can go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or can somebody send it through the email for him so that if he needs to follow.
I just sent it to Dion, Nuruddin.
All right, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Thank you. All right. So the point is that if you want to highlight the whole data, the shortcut is F5, special, blanks. Okay, if you highlight everything for you, then press what? Delete. And all of them are gone. All your blank rows are gone. Okay, that's for that. So let's go to freeze pane. So remember that sometimes when you're working with large data sets such as this, and I have a value here I want to read, it means I must be scrolling left, right to find out what is the sector and what's the year. Okay, so to do that, you need to come to what they call freeze pane. Can you see that? Freeze pane. So I need to scroll up to check. Oh, this is where this is road transport, and what year is this? This is what? 98. So for me to always ensure that I can always see the sector and see the year, then what do? I will come in between here, the year, I want to see this year, and I want to see this sector. So I'll click here. Then click on your view, click on freeze pane, and freeze pane. So when I'm moving, can you see that my sector, I can see my sector when I scroll to the right? And when I scroll down, can you see that I can see my year? Automatically, I can read it now. Did we get that?
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah.
New reading, did you get it?
No, that's rather too fast.
You said? Speak up, we can't hear you. Speak up, so we can hear you very well. Hello, New Regina, are you there? Okay, let's make progress. Sheung and Augustine, did you get it?
Yes, I get it very well. Very well.
All right, okay. So the next thing we looked at conditional word formatting, right? Conditional word formatting. And for conditional formatting, just to first of all identify or highlight in a data set certain criteria. For example, if I ask you, can you tell me the numbers that are greater than 4 million? By just looking at it, can you tell me that? Numbers greater than 4 million. Can you tell me?
Yeah, 4,713,000.
Yeah?
4,713,000.
That's just one now, but how many of them are greater than 4 million?
1, 2, 3.
There are many. It's going to take time.
So you see, if you look at it like that, you are just wasting your time. So what do? Just highlight, come to where? Conditional formatting, highlight cell rules greater than what?
4 million.
4 million. If I want to change the color, I can change it maybe to something else. Let's say did you get that?
Yes, sir.
So if you want another rule, you can first of all clear the first one. So you come to clear rules, to clear from selected cells or clear from entire sheets. Okay. All right. Now, if I want to check, let's say numbers between what? Let's say 2 million, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4 million, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, if you want to see numbers between, so if you want to highlight, maybe when you're doing a presentation, you need to highlight certain things. You can also do that. You can also clear rules. Then we can also look at top 10%. What's the top 10% or top 20%, 11%, 12%? Can you see that? You can also do that. Alternatively, you can also come here if you are looking for above average. above what? Average. You can also do that. Then we also looked at the data bars. Okay, we also look at data what? Bars. Can you see that? The data what? Bars. You can also put that. Data what? Bars. You can also put color scale. If in case you need to look at them, color scale. Okay. You can also put icon sets. You also see this in some of the reports. Icon sets. Okay. So there are a whole lot you can do. Okay. Now, sometimes if you are looking for a text, for example, I'm looking for only the one that have fail. Okay. I'll come to highlight text that contains. Contains what? I'll put them in inverted comma. Let's say pass. Okay, highlight it here. Conditional formatting. Text that contains what? Fail, okay, or pass. Let's put pass there. Okay. Then if you want to change it to green, you can change that to green. That's pass. Okay. All right. So that's basically what we looked at in conditional formatting. Then we looked at sorting and filtering. We looked at sorting and filtering. Okay. And we said that basically there are two ways to do this. In fact, when you are sorting, there are several ways to do it. Okay, several ways to do it. Okay, one way is to just highlight the whole data. Highlight your whole data. How do you highlight data? What is shortcut to highlight your data? What is shortcut to highlight your data?
Control left arrow down.
Control shift left arrow, right
left
arrow,
arrow down.
right arrow down arrow, right? Control shift right arrow down arrow. That is why whenever you have missing data on blank rows, you observe that it's going to cut. So you now need to keep pressing it down. But if there are no empty rows or empty columns, once you press it, Control Shift, right arrow down arrow, select everything at once. So if I want to highlight, sort my data, I can come to sort and filter, A to Z. Or I can right click. Can you see sort and filter, sort? I can also do that here. Alternatively, you can also come to your data. Can you see sort? So there are three ways I can sort it. Okay. Now there's another thing we looked at that, for example, what we have shown you is how to sort from top to bottom. But it's also possible that we can also sort this, the columns, right? If I want to sort the columns from oldest, newest to oldest, how do I do that? If I want to sort the column, how will I do that? If I want to sort the column, how do I do that? If I want to sort the column, how do I do it? Yes?
I think you click on sort and newest to oldest.
I click on sort.
Then newest to oldest.
Yeah. This smallest to largest. This largest to smallest. I want to ensure that my June comes here. So June, May, April, March, February, January. So how do I do that? You remember that we have to come here to custom sort, right? Remember
Yes.
that by default, Excel sorts what? Top to what? Bottom. So what do you want to do? We want to sort from left to right. So
Right.
what do we do? Come to what? Options. Can you see that? You have to switch it to what? Left to what? Right. Then I can switch it from where? Newest to what?
Yes.
Okay. Are we clear with that? So that is sorting. Sorting. Filtering. Nuruddin, are you okay? Is Nuruddin here?
Gradually, I'm trying to follow.
We are trying to follow. Okay. We are trying to follow. But if you have any question, you can always ask. But have you got the file now?
No.
Have you got the file now? It's because I'm just trying to do a recap of what we have done before. So that's why I'm a little bit fast. Okay?
Is it, where did he send it to? Is it to my email or where?
Email.
Who sent it? I think they sent to your email, I think.
Yeah. Email. It was sent to his email.
All right, so your email. Now, filtering. What's the shortcut to filter? Shortcut to filter is what?
Control Shift L.
Control Shift L. Beautiful. Control Shift L. Okay. So remember, filtering, sorting has to do with what? Arrangement in a particular word order.
Order.
But filtering means selecting based on certain word criteria. So it means if I want to pick only barbecue chicken, so I have to come down here and click the select all and take only what? Barbecue chicken and click what? Okay. So the moment you have selected them, what do you notice? You see some of the rows are hidden. You notice that?
Yeah. Yes.
So if I decide to copy this data, if I decide to copy it, and if I decide to copy it and come and paste it, if I come and paste it here, what did you notice? First of all, how many data did I select here? How many data did I select here when I sorted it out, when I filtered? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let me pick beef suya. Let me pick beef suya. Okay, we have done beef suya. Okay, let me pick Italiano. So if I click this, I click the select all. So I'll come and select. I want only Italiano. I click OK. So how many records do we have here? How many records do we have?
327.
Eh?
327.
How did you know?
It is written at the
bottom,
the left,
the
left bottom.
So it means when I copy all this, how many data points should I have?
327.
327. But you see, when I paste it here, how many do I have?
Less than that, far less than that.
So why does this happen? So anytime you want to copy and paste data you have filtered, please do not paste it in the same sheet. You know why? Because most of the rows have been hidden. So what do? Take it to a new page and paste. Take to a new page and paste. Now I have it. Can you see it complete now? You understand that?
Yeah.
So can you see that? All right. So that has to do with what? Sorting, filtering, then copy and paste filtered data. Clear?
Yeah.
All right. Now remove duplicate. So another thing that we have looked at was that sometimes our data sets may contain a large amount of data. Okay. So we gave a typical example. So let me take this data again. So let me copy this out. So for example, this is the data. Can we see that we have repeated number of data? So I want to find out how many unique pizza types do I have here? How many unique pizza types do I have? Okay. So it means I need to get the unique types. The easiest way you'd have known is to use what? A filter. But can you see it on the filter? You have to now count it here. Okay. But I want it to appear here. So what do? We come to data. Can you see your data?
Yeah.
Your data. So what do you do again? Data. What again?
Filter.
Is it filter? Remove duplicate. Can you see it here?
Oh,
Remove
sorry.
what?
That's true.
Duplicate. Okay. What do I want to remove duplicates on? Pizza what? Sold. Okay. Pizza what? Sold. It says no duplicates found. You know why? Because on this row, this column and this column, there's no duplicates. So what I can do, if I decide to highlight the data, remove duplicates, I will uncheck this. So I only want it from pizza what? Sold. I click OK. So what is the unique pizza?
16.
How many unique pizza do we have?
16.
16.
So I can easily come here, number them 1 to what? 16. So that's remove what? Duplicates. Okay. Now, another thing we looked at, are you clear with remove duplicates?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So convert to table. So this is another thing. So this is where we stopped last week, right? Yeah, I gave the assignment.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing you must, as a data analyst, always ensure that your table is in a compact structure. Compact structure such as this. Can you see that? So when I want to highlight the data, do you see how easy it is? Within a second, I've highlighted my whole data. But if your data is not in a compact structure, you see you start struggling to highlight your data and to work with the data. Okay? So can we highlight the rules now to check whether this thing meets our rules? So whenever you are working with the data, what are the things you should look out for? Can we name them?
You check the row and the column.
No empty
Check
row,
that
no
what?
empty column. There is no empty row, no
If
empty column.
there's no
No
missing row and the
empty
column.
rows, no empty columns. Do we have empty rows and empty columns here?
No.
Not so far.
No. Okay. What other rule again?
That the cells should not be merged.
No merge what cells. Do we have any merge
Cell.
cells here?
No.
No.
No merge cells. Okay. What again? Yes, what again? You know, you guys are becoming data analysts, so these things must be at your fingertips.
I believe that I believe that you help us with these things, the rule and the guiding rules, guiding Excel while working, so we can have it in our memory.
Yeah, that why I keep repeating it over and over again. Every time I will be saying it over again.
I very so just actually as we have my notes here, I was putting it down because I was thinking I will have it on a small note that I cannot be right. I cannot be later in the day.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem. But just tell me the one that you remember. That's all.
The one I remember is the empty row, no empty row, no empty column, and the no cells must not match themselves.
Yes. What again? Any other one?
You said something about header that The only place you can have a merge cell is when you have a header.
When you have what?
A header. If the header is long, you can have a merge cell.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So the rule was that one row of what? Header. One row of header.
Yes. Yeah, one row of header. Yeah.
One row of header. Do we have one row of header?
No.
Do we have one row of header?
For this particular data.
Yes.
Yeah, we have one row of header.
Exactly. We have one row of header. Okay.
Yeah.
What again?
I'm forgetting something. Yeah.
Yes. What again? What other rule?
Yeah, you also say that we should ensure that the data does not have total.
That what?
That the data does not have total.
Okay, the data should not have what? Total. Okay. So do we have total in this our data set? Do we have any total?
I think we have to go down to check. I don't think we do.
We have to go down. Do you have any total?
No.
All right. What again? All dates must be what?
Yeah.
All dates must be what?
Must be in a row.
Eh? All dates must be what?
In a single row.
Can we differentiate between rows and columns?
Yes, sir. Rows are horizontal, vertical, columns are vertical.
All right. So all dates must be what?
In a single column.
On a single word column. This is what we are talking about. On a single word column. All categories must be what?
Be on a single column
All
as well.
category must be
On a
only a
single
column.
word column.
Column.
And there should be no obstructions around your what? Data. Do you have any obstruction around this data?
No, sir.
No.
All right. So once we follow these rules, when we have these rules at the back of our minds, you see that this data is ready for what? Analysis. So as data analysis, this is kind of table structure we should be thinking about. Even if your data is unstructured, for it to make sense to you, you have to look for how to structure it in this form. You get that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So once it is in this form, now you are ready for what? Analysis. Okay. Now, how do you know if your Excel is in a table form? How will you know? How will you know if this is an Excel table or not?
Hello, sir. Hello?
Yeah?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Speak up. Speak up.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead. New reason I can hear you. Go ahead. If you can't, if it's not audible, you can type it on the chat. All right, let's go. Now, how will you know if this is an Excel table or not? Yes? How will you know if this is an Excel table?
Because they are all in an Excel format now. The rows and the column, and what else again? And
Is this
the
an
border
Excel
line.
table? Is this an Excel table?
This is not an Excel table.
Yes or no?
Not an Excel. No.
Okay, how do you know it's not an Excel table?
But to me, I tend to know they're not Excel table because of the border lines. The template of Excel is not in there as regards to the row and the column.
All right. So if I want to make it an Excel table, how do I make it an Excel table?
I want to put it all bordered.
Okay, if I put all border now, if I put all border, okay, if I select the whole data now, and I decide to put all border. Is this an Excel table now?
No. These are Excel table.
Is this an Excel table?
No. These are Excel table in the sense that if I highlight the column and filter it, I guess that might Excel table to me.
Exactly, that's an Excel table. So how do we do that?
You go to color, that's the filter side.
Highlight, format as what? Table.
As table, yeah.
Okay. What's the shortcut? Is this an Excel table now?
Yes.
How did you know? Can you see? Anytime you check, you always see table what? Design.
Design.
If I convert back to range, this is no longer an Excel table because you can no longer see what?
A table design.
What is the shortcut to create a table? Shortcut to create a table.
Control T.
Control T. Thank you very much. Control what? T. And you can select whatever design that you want. Okay. Control what? T.
So, sir, I have a question, sir.
Yes, please.
If this sheet, for example, does not have this table design, the table design tab up there.
Yes.
How do you bring it up back in the Excel format?
If you want to bring something like this now.
Yes.
So if I want to do it, you already gave me the shortcut, Control T. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
You get that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So if you are finished designing it like this and you say, okay, can you see if I put row total now, total on the row, can you see that it will create it automatically for me? Do you see that?
When it's not like this, hello, sir.
Yes.
If it's not like this, you can actually edit anything on it.
You can edit now. You can type anything you want.
If it's not like this, if it's not in Excel,
okay, if it's not like this,
yes. Can you
so
still
maybe
edit
you are
something
back
on
to
it?
this form.
Yes.
What do you want to try? What do you want to do?
Maybe to change the header.
Yeah, you can always change the header to whatever you want. If you just want to just type shipping.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please go ahead. I can hear you. I can hear you. Speak up. I can hear you. Go ahead.
You just talked about identify an Excel table. I didn't
Yes.
get that.
You said you didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
Okay. Look at it. Look at it now. That you have put rows and columns here. You have put border like this. Does not make it a table. I know when you are working in Microsoft Word, when you put it in this form and copy it and paste, you say it's a table, isn't it? But from an Excel point, this is not an Excel Word table. It has not been formatted as a proper Word Excel Word table. So how do you do that? You need to come here. Can you see format as table? You click format as Word table, then put whatever structure you want. Okay? Then you highlight OK, and it has converted. So how did you know? You see this table design here. Can you see table design here? This is what makes it what an Excel what table. So I can easily work with it. So see where the difference is. Anytime I want to add any new thing, for example, if I want to add another column here, let me add, which other column can I add? Let's say cost. So look at it. How do I get cost? I know profit is what? Sales minus cost, isn't it? So if I want to get cost, how will I get cost? It will be what? Sales minus what? Profit. If I press enter,
Profit.
can you see that I've done the whole calculation for me automatically? I don't have to drag it down. Did you see that? Did you get that? If I want to get another column now, let's say gross margin. How do you get gross margin? Profit divided by what? Sales. I just enter now, so to calculate everything for me automatically. So this is what makes it an Excel table. But if I decide to remove the Excel table, I'll go back to my design, convert to range. Can you see there's no longer table design? You see that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if I decide to say, okay, what is my cost to income ratio? Cost to income ratio. How will I get it? Equals to cost divided by what? Income. Did you see it did not calculate automatically for me? That means I have to go and double click now to start calculating it. Do you see the difference now? Hello, did you see the difference now?
Yeah, I did.
All right, that's fine. And also make sure that whenever you are creating your Excel table, you must always ensure that your Excel table is named. You must always name it. You must always name your Excel table. So for example, customers. So it is named. Okay, you must always name your Excel table.
So I want to ask a question, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
How do you, in case you forget the name that you actually give your table?
And once you click on table design, you always appear here.
Okay.
Once you click table design, you always see the name here.
Let me ask you a question also. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
As regards to that you're divided by as regards to the sales, that sales aspect. I saw that you type A2 divided by A2 or C2. I don't know. Can I just see it again? Because I skip my mind.
The formula.
Like this one now. The formula.
You know, because it has already been created to tables, so that's why I show you in this form.
Okay.
But you just need to understand the simple thing I have done here is that if I want to get cost, for example, cost is equals to, I know that profit. So let's do it like this. You know, like for we that didn't go to primary school. So, you know, how do you get profit? Profit is what?
Minus
cost price minus selling price.
Selling price minus what?
Cost price.
We know profit, we know selling price. Do we know cost?
No.
No.
So how do we get cost?
Cost will be
selling price minus profit.
Selling price minus profit.
So selling price, profit will come and meet in here. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to now build now. Equal to selling price minus what? Profit. Enter. That's all. To calculate it automatically for you.
Did you highlight that,
sir?
I did not highlight anything. That's the advantage of using the table. You don't highlight anything.
Yeah. What did you really type there to get that calculation?
That's good.
What did I what?
When you typed equals to, what did you really type there?
I did not type it. Look at it. Gross margin is equal to profit divided by sales. I just press enter. That's all. I did not press any other thing. Just enter.
No, I don't understand, sir. What I'm trying to say is that when you press equal to, how did you, is it that you just clicked on profit or what?
That's all now. Yes, now just click now.
Okay.
The same way I've done it here now.
Yeah, no, just okay.
Look at it now. Equal to.
Okay.
Equal to what? Profit divided by what?
By
sales. That's all. Enter.
Okay.
Then if I want to format everything now, if I want to put everything in there, so like all these ones, this one will be in Naira. Let's say it's Naira. So if I want to put in Naira, what is the shortcut?
Control N.
Control Shift 4. In my own case, it's Control Shift 4.
Control Shift 4.
Yeah.
But in your own case, if you give you dollar sign, in your own case, if you give you dollar sign.
Because I'm using the old Excel.
No, apart from using the old Excel, you have not yet formatted it to be giving you. Yes, otherwise you'd have just gone to your drop down. Okay. Now it's already programmed as this. That's why it's always showing like this.
Okay.
Control Shift 4, automatically it will give me that. Control Shift 4, it will give me that. But what if I want to get discount? Discount. This one, gross margin is a percentage. So how do I get percentage? Shortcut for percentage. Shortcut for percentage.
What is shortcut percentage?
Control Shift what? 5.
Okay, for percentage.
Can you see it there? You look at it there. It's on your screen now. Control Shift 5.
Okay.
Cost income ratio. Control Shift 5.
The gross margin is a percentage already now, or before now?
Is that? Yes, it's a percentage.
Okay. What is the CL there? The CL is what?
CI, cost income ratio, cost to income ratio.
Okay. What is the formula for that?
It's just cost divided by your income.
Okay.
So to get the percentage of any particular figure, you just Control Shift 5.
To put it in percentage, everything in percentage, yes, Control Shift 5. To quickly format it. Otherwise, you'd have just highlighted, then come to your home tab and click on percentage. That's all. Okay. Are you clear with Excel tables now? Converting to tables?
Yes.
And you have seen the advantage of working with tables, isn't it? All right, so let's go to our pivot table. Pivot table. So as an analyst, okay, this is a very important tool that you work with. Now, when you say, oh, I want to get some insights from my sales, from my data, because remember, if you look at the analytics, there are 4 different parts. You have what they call the descriptive analytics, which is just describing what has happened. You have diagnostic analytics, which is telling you why it has happened. And the only way you can find out why is when you start drilling down into the data. Okay? So in Excel, the tool that will help you do your diagnostic analytics is your what? Pivot what? Table. Because you can keep drilling down and drilling down till you get what you need. Okay? So your pivot table can help you do that. So how do we get a pivot table? So first of all, remember that first of all, your table must have been structured in a proper form like this. Right? Put it in an Excel what? Table. Ensure that your table is what? Well what? Labeled. So can you see the name of my table? Customer. So once it's like this, then it is going to be easy for me to work with. If you see here, summarize with pivot table, can you see that? Customer, click OK.
Hello, sir.
Yes?
Is it possible to change the name of the table?
That's very possible. What other name do you want to change it to?
Region.
Eh?
I said maybe region.
Region. Okay, call it region. That's all. Okay, so if I want to create my table now, what do I do? Insert. Can you see that? Pivot what? Table. Can you see the name here? Region. Have you seen it there?
Yeah.
Instead of going through that route, then you can still come back to your table design. Can you see your table design? Can you see summarize with pivot what? Table.
Table.
Automatically it comes there, region. I click OK. Now it is just drag and drop. What do I want to see? Drag and drop. What do I want to see?
Let's look for the country with the highest category.
Yeah, so remember that before you break down your analysis, right? As data analyst, as a data scientist, your job is to solve a problem. Okay? Your job is to solve what? A problem. So do not be thinking about the technical skills you need, the mechanical skills you need. You must understand the overall objective. Okay, that is why when you understand how the framework works, first of all, there's a problem. So in this case, let's assume the problem is that sales has been declining. Okay, as a manager, what is the question you'll be asking? As a manager, what question will you be asking?
Okay, if sales have been declining.
Yes, you see sales, you notice that sales have been declining. What question will you ask?
I will ask myself, what's the cost now?
What is the cost? If not, why is sales declining? So there's a question. So that problem, you have put it in a question form, isn't it?
Yes.
Now to answer those questions, so what kind of questions do you want to ask? What kind of question do you want to ask? Or do you want to find out?
I'll first check the cost, if it is first the customer listing.
Okay, you want to check the customer list. Okay, customer list. Who are the customers, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So again, what again?
The quantity purchased by customers.
You said what?
Quantity purchased by customers.
Okay, purchased by customers. What is the purchase by customer? What is the purchase by customers? Okay, what again?
Is dropping.
You said?
Which region is dropping in purchase?
Okay, which region?
Is dropping in purchase.
Is dropping.
And under whose account is it happening more?
Okay. Then under what? Under whose account what?
Account is the sale dropping most.
Dropping most. Okay, any other question? Now, if these are the questions you want to find out, isn't it? That means that for you to answer this question, what do you now need? To answer this question, so what do you now need? I need what? I need the data, isn't it? Next I need is the data.
Yeah.
So now this is the data. This is data I want to answer my questions, isn't it? So before you ask those questions, it is your domain knowledge, it is your experience that will determine whether you're asking the right questions. So that is why as a data scientist, the foundation is to have a good domain knowledge. Okay? You must have good domain knowledge. So you know whether you are asking the right questions. Okay? Now let's continue. Now, who are our customers? So to answer that question, who are our customers? So what do we do now?
You go check the customer listing.
Customer name, isn't it? So what do I do? I'll come and drop it here. Customer name. So those are our customers here now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how many customers do we have? How many customers do we have?
You have to check it. I can't see it.
Yeah?
I can't see it all.
Look at the customers. Look at how many now?
796.
How many?
796.
700 and what?
96.
7 what? 93. How did you know? Look at 96. The first customer, right? 90 what?
Okay, 93, right? 93, yeah.
Look at it. Select the first one. From the first one to the last. So look at the count here.
Yeah.
7 what? 93. Have you seen that? 7 what? 93. Okay, let's look at that. So we now know the customers, who the customers are. So we have 793 customers, okay? What is the purchase by customer? what is the purchase by customer? So how do we address that? So how do we answer that?
Go to the data again.
Yes, the data. Yes, what in the data are we looking for now?
Say what is the purchase? Click on purchase. Purchase.
Do we have purchase here?
I guess it go down. The product name.
Do we have any purchase here?
No, go up.
So I'm sure what you mean by sales is maybe sales by customer, right?
Yeah, that's minutes.
So that's the meaning. So if I want to bring sales by customer, so what do I do?
You bring it closer to the
I will drag it down here to where?
Values.
Values, exactly. Okay. So you remember so what is the purchase by customer? So if this may not make sense, isn't it? So what I can do is to highlight. So if I say, who are my top 10 customers? Top 10. Top 10. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Top 10 customers. Can you see where conditional formatting will work? Then I can even highlight it. Let me let's see. Is there a way we can sort it by color? Sort by let's see.
Why not sort it by highest to the lowest?
Yes, highest to lowest. So let's see. Because it doesn't bring me this thing, what they call it, the filter. It will not allow me to put the filter there. Can you see it's not allowing to put filter there? So what we are going to do, we'll say value. So let's say value setting. Let's say sum. Okay, if that's the sum, that's fine. But let's look at how we can sort it out. Move. Let's see how we can sort it out. Sort values by, we have color there. Okay, yes. Sort by what? Sum of sales. Can you see that? Okay. This is what I did.
Yeah.
I came here to the labels, right? More sort options. Set ascending to descending, right?
Yeah.
Sum of sales. Is it ascending or descending?
It should be
from
descending.
A to Z now.
Descending. Is it not? Descending is what? Highest to
Highest
lowest.
to lowest.
Yeah.
Z to A.
Beautiful. So okay. Did we highlight? Okay, so let me highlight it back again. My top 10, is it not? Top 10 customers. So I would have not picked the grand total there. Okay, let me pick it out without the grand total. So top 10%. Okay, let's say bottom top 10 items, top 10. So let's make it green, top 10. So let's go back. So who are our top 10? Can you see them now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the question that you ask. So it is this pivot table that will help you answer those questions that you are looking for. Okay, what other question? Which region is dropping in purchase or in sales, right? Which region is dropping? So how do I do that now? To answer this question, what do I need now?
That would be the last thing now.
The data for the first.
So I need what? Region, is it not? And maybe it should be sales, right? Instead of purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah, sales. You can look for the last thing. Yeah. While applying conditional formatting.
Okay. All right, so if I want to create another table here by design, I'll just click it. So this is where I want my table to show. Let me remove this out. All right. So I want to create another table here. Okay, so what do I do? Insert, pivot table. What was the name of my table?
Region.
What's the name of my table?
Region.
Region, okay? Region. So select range. So what's the name of my table? Region. You see, that's why it's important to know the name of your table. Click OK. And this is going to create it here. So what am I looking for now? Region, is it not?
Yeah.
Region. So I look for region. So I come and drop it here. Region. By what?
Sales.
By sales. Region by what? Sales. Then your question was what?
Which region is dropping
in sales?
Dropping in sales. So which one is dropping in sales now? So what am I looking for here? So I can now also arrange it, is it not?
Yeah.
Option. Dropping, is it not? So ascending by sales. Okay. So which one is dropping?
That is the west.
No.
Dropping. That means which one is the lowest now? Is that not another?
South.
Lowest.
Yeah,
South.
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 Okay. So this is exactly what I wanted you guys to do. So just to summarize that data and be asking questions that you can answer. You just ask any question and see how to bring it out. So if I want to set a graph, I'll quickly come here and put charts. So can you see it has answered your question?
Pivot chart analysis again.
Yes.
Chart from where, sir? Okay, pivot chart analysis.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What was the other one? Under whose account is sales dropping? Under whose account? So how do I answer this question?
You have to go to the same customer listing.
Exactly the same customer list. Then what am I looking for?
The sales is lowest customer sales.
Lowest, exactly. So what I can do, so who is that person?
I just salesman.
You see how you have identified it. So if I also want to mark it, I can also get a what they call it now. I can highlight here and get what my conditional format and look for what? Bottom 10. You see that bottom what 10, and this one is what? Top what 10. So we are clear about those accounts. So have we answered every question?
Yes.
Beautiful. So you see, sometimes it's not even about the skill you have, but it's first of all asking the right question. Asking what? The right question. It is this form of drilling down that give you what? Insights. Are we clear?
Yes.
All right. So that was the assignment I have given. So you guys can also do more by also asking more questions and also summarizing it in a what? Table in this form. Then you will now, when we get to graphs, you will now present it in the dashboard. That's your final assignment. So the first thing I need you to do is to ask questions and summarize them in a table, as many questions as possible. And summarize them in a what? Table. Then the last assignment will now be to create a dashboard of this data. Did you get that? Is it clear?
First, he said we are still working on the same pivot data, right? This data you are giving to us.
Yes, we are still working on the same pivot.
Do you have are you giving us a question for us to go and do as an assignment?
No, the same data, the same data.
I know. I'm asking, are we going to ask the same? Are you asking us question? So
no, you be asked. No, you are going to ask necessary questions you think that is necessary to answer. You need questions answered.
Based on you, the lecturer, and based on you, the trainer. Based on you, the trainer, I believe you know more than we do. So I will suggest if you can ask us the question.
The important thing is about how you think about it.
Okay.
Because when you bring it and you present it to us, then we can now start asking different things. Why did you check this? Why did you check this? That is how we are going to learn.
Okay.
Learning is not just about me just giving you that. You will not learn like that. Learn, we are going to co-create the knowledge ourselves. Because like these questions he asked, they are fundamental questions. I may not have even asked them. Do you understand that? I may not have even been able to ask them. But by the time you ask your own, he asks his own, another person asks down. So from the same data set, you are seeing different perspectives, which we never have seen before. Then when you go back to your organization, now when there are issues that are arising, because you have heard of this kind of insight I'm looking for, then you now know right questions to start asking. Do you get that?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's fine. Now let me show you one thing you can do again with pivot table. Okay, very interesting. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this. Yeah? Let's see. So let's go to region. Let me get quantity. Let me get quantity. Quantity. Now, did you notice that when you take, for example, if I take something like, let's say I take something like segments. Look at, tell me what you observe. Segments. Can you see automatically to group it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see it automatically groups for you? Now, if I want to know, okay, what was which segment is most profitable? Can you see that? Automatically it has grouped it for me. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Good. Now let me now show you something else. Imagine now I have, so insert, pivot table, region. Okay. Let me take quantity. Can you see quantity here?
Yeah.
Can you see quantity is 1 to 14?
Yes.
Now, but I want to group this quantity in such a way that I will only have maybe 2 groups or 3 groups. Let me say I have 3 groups. I'll just have only what? 3 groups. Okay, so let's say I'll have, let's say 1 to 5, 5 to 10, above 10. So what I can do, I can right click here. Can you see group? Can you see group? You see what I did? I just right click. I say group. Group from what to what?
1 to 5.
Let's say 1 to 5. End at what? 15. By how many? Okay, let's say start by 1. End at what? 15. Are you seeing it? End at what? 15. Group by how many? 5. Click OK. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Now let me get which one is the most profitable. Which is the most what? Profitable. So it means it is better for me to be selling them what? Which is better? Which is most profitable for us?
1 to 5.
1 to 5. Rather than selling those very high ones, better sell the what? Smaller one. You see, this type of insight, there's no way you can see it in this table like this. No way.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
This category that you picked is quantity, right?
Yes, quantity, yes.
Okay, sir.
So though it is a number, but I have decided to make it qualitative. So even if I want to label it now, I think I can label here. If I say less than 5, you see that? Between 5
6 to
and
6.
10, above 10. Can you see that? If I want to do the same thing, let me do it again one more time. Let me do it one more time so that you will understand it. So look at it again. Insert, pivot table, select data. What's the name of my data? Region.
Region.
Okay. Click OK. Let me take quantity again. You see that? But you see, automatically it has already arranged it for me because it already knows what I'm looking for. Okay, but let's see another one. Is there another one we can do again? If I want to remove, just drag it out. If I want to take sales, can you see how sales the value is?
Yeah.
So how can I arrange this one? If I want to arrange this one, how can I arrange it now? Group. So let's say the lowest. We have seen the lowest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see the highest. What is the highest? This what?
22,628.
Okay. So let us group our sales into three. Let's group our sales into three. So right click, group. Okay. Starting from what?
0.444.
Let's say 0. Ending at what?
Let's say 10,000.
Let's say this is what?
22,000. Let's say 10,000.
What? 1,000. Okay. So if I want to group it into three, how will I group it into three? Or into five? Or can we make it 3 or 5? Okay, let's say 5. Let's say 3. If I want to group into 3, how will I group into 3?
0 to 7,005.
0 to what?
7,005.
Without group into 3.
This is 20. The total is 22,000 plus. 7,005 is about 22,005.
Okay. So you say how much? 7.5.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Group. So let's do it 0 to what? 23,000. So what do we use? Let's use. Okay, if I use 10,000, let's say, or 8,000. I think 8,000.
8,000, yeah.
8,000. Beautiful. Now you see, with this, I can also find. So this is my sales. What else do I want to find out? Which of them is more profitable? Or any other thing I want to find out, I will just put there. If I want to remove that, I will remove that. If I want to put the quantity there, I can now put the quantity. Which one do we sell more?
I think quantity is better.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So this is sales below. This is sales. Okay, I can even write here sales. So I can say below 8,000, between what?
8,000 and
8,000
16,000.
and 16,000. Then here's what? Above
16,000.
If I also want to put a chart there, I can just simply go to my inserts. Let's say, can I take a pie chart? Pie charts. This pie chart doesn't look. Okay, the values are too small. Can you see that? 9,000 and this is too small. Too small. Too small. It's too small. Do you understand why? Can you see when they are trying to compare them?
Yeah.
9 is just too small. So that's why it's not easily calculating it for us. Can you see that? So it's just showing that majority of our sales is below what? 8,000. Now, these are the kind of insights that normally you cannot just see it from the table. Just like you cannot see this type of analysis there. Okay. So are we clear with pivot tables?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So pivot tables, straightforward. So they help you just summarize your data. Summarize the pivot or tables, region. Okay. Now sometimes I can
Hello,
also
sir.
Yes, please.
The bar chart that we are trying to use those, we're trying to use the data to represent a bar chart. After sorting it here, we can also change the color frame, right?
Yeah, you can do everything there. When we get to design, when we get to this thing, we can always do that.
Okay.
You can always do that. You can always do that. When we get to charts, we'll look at it. Okay. When we get to charts, we'll look at it. So what I wanted to show you guys, so sometimes when you come here to your analyze table. Okay, so can you see your options? Options. So look at this. Let me do it back. Let me do it again. So this is my pivot table there. Insert, pivot table, region. Okay. So I've got a new table now, isn't it? A new table.
Yeah.
I'll just click on options. Can you see the options? So sometimes you may want to show it, display it in the classic way your pivot table shows it. Can you see that? So instead of me dropping it here, I can say, oh, I want this thing to come here, my segment to be here. I want my values to be where now? Where do you want your values to be? Let's say I want my categories to be on the column field here. Are you seeing that? Then I want my values to be where? My sales to be here. So this is another alternative way of doing it. Do you see that? Yes. Okay. Then there's another thing I can also show you. So if I say okay, I think that those are the basic things that you will need. I want to show you how to generate something, but that one may take some time. It may take some time to generate it because your system must be very fast to do. Okay, it must be very fast to do all of them. Okay, so that's basically about pivot tables. Are we clear with pivot tables now?
Yeah.
All right. So when you have done that assignment, when we do it again, when we present it tomorrow, I will look at them. Then I'll show you something again. Okay, so let's quickly look at range naming. Range naming. Nurudin, are you okay with this?
Well, no.
Yeah?
I will need to go over again. I will go over it when you send it.
Okay, you need to go over it again, yes. But have you got the data set now? This workbook?
Yeah, it's in my mail now, but do I need to open
Okay,
it?
make sure you download it. Make sure you download it.
Okay, I will.
All right, so let's look at range naming. Let's look at range naming. Range naming. Okay? Range naming. Now, in Excel, remember, how does Excel identify a row? How does Excel identify a row?
By number.
By numbers. How does Excel identify a column?
Alphabets.
By alphabet. That means where the row and column intersect is called what?
Cell.
A cell. And remember, we said that Excel works with cells. So this is what they call what? The cell address. D what? 8. This is what? This is what?
F10.
Can you see how it's written there? This is what?
M19.
This is what?
M19.
This is what? This cell.
I 1,048,572.
How many rows do we have in Excel?
16,000. No. I think it's about 1.4 million or so.
How many rows do we have in Excel?
About 1.4 million.
Look at it here now. Look at the last
Yeah,
one now.
1,048,000. Yeah,
1,048,500 and what? 76. How many columns do we have in Excel?
15,000.
Eh? How many?
I know it's 16,000 plus.
16,300 and what? 84. Have you seen that? Now, because Excel work with cells, okay, every time Excel work with what? A cell what? Address. So this is what they call the cell what? Address. What cell address is this?
G cell.
Yeah?
B2.
B2. Is it not? This is what? B what? What cell address is this?
B3.
And what cell address is this?
B4.
All right. Now, that is how Excel is reading it. But you as a human being, how do you read this? How do you read this?
Read what, sir?
Where my cell is, where this thing is. What are you seeing on it? You as a human being, what are you reading now on this
5
cell
million.
here?
5 million.
B.
You are reading what?
5 million.
5 million as what?
Cell.
This 5 million
As-
represents what?
Represent B2.
Figure of sales.
5 million represents what?
Sales.
Sales, is it not? So as a
Yeah.
human being, what you are reading is what? 5 million is for what? Sales.
Sales.
This 2 million represents what?
Cost.
Costs.
And this 3 million represents what?
Profit.
And remember, if I want to get profit, how do I get profit?
B2
Sales
minus
minus
B3.
That's how Excel is reading it. But you as a human being, how do you read it?
Sales minus cost.
Sales minus cost. Did you understand that?
Yeah.
That is equals to sales minus what? Cost. So if it's not working there, what you have, I'll come to the function bar equal to sales minus what? Cost. Now that is how we read it. So instead of allowing Excel to be reading it as what? B2, B3, and B4. So what I want to do, I want to tell Excel, please, anytime you see B2, what should you call it?
Sales. 5
Sales.
million.
Anytime you see B3, what should you call it?
Cost.
Cost. And anytime you see B4, what should you call it?
Profit.
Profit. So what you are going to do, highlight this data, come to your formula. Can you see that? Highlight the data, come to your formula, create from where? Selection. Can you see the name is on my what? Left. Okay, the names are on my left. Click OK. That's all. It's as if nothing happened, isn't it?
Yes.
Nothing happened, right? Nothing happened. So let me show you. I want to go to any sheet at all. I want to go to any sheet. Let me go to sheet 5. If I type, what's the formula to get profit?
Sales. Profit.
Sales minus cost price.
What is it?
Sales
Equal
minus
to what?
cost.
Sales minus cost.
Sales. Can you see sales now? Sales is appearing here.
Yeah.
Minus what?
Cost.
How much do you think you will get? How much do you think you will get?
It depends on the values of the.
Remember, you have already defined it already.
It's 2 million that you're supposed to get now.
Let's go back. Look at it now. What I have done here, in place of saying B what?
B2.
What are you now? What is it now calling it?
Sales.
In place of B3, what is it now calling it?
Cost.
In place of B4, what is it now calling it?
Profit.
So that means if I type equal to sales, what do you think I will see? What do you think I need to show me here?
5 million.
Exactly.
5 million.
So this is what they call range what naming.
So how
It's
did you
called
do it that
range.
while you click on the cell, it's showing sales instead of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
figure?
So the way you read it as a human being, that is the way you are telling the Excel to read it. Instead of reading it by the cell what address. So it's called what range what naming. Are you clear with that?
Yes, but what's the importance of this? It's not making it easier.
Oh, what's the importance of this?
Yes.
All right. So whenever you are working, maybe as a team, sometimes the formulas you may not be clear with them. Okay. But if I do something like this, can you see? Can you see all this?
Okay.
Do you see what is written here?
Yes.
B2, B3. I don't want you to be reading it by this. All I want to do, I want to be reading it by its cell what reference. So anytime I want to call that cell, I don't have to be typing B2, B3 or equals to B2. I don't want to be doing this every time. So rather, what do? I just say equal to sales. Now, the time when you really apply this is when you are building something like a financial model. Have you heard of a financial model? Have you heard of a financial model before?
Yeah.
Okay, have you heard of a budget?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you are creating budget items, line items, so sometimes you can also, rather than calling them by their numbers here, you call them by their what names. Okay, so it's just to show you how you can easily what trace it and read them. That's the importance of what range what naming. Did you get that? Is that clear? Is this clear for you guys? Sheung, is it clear? Augustine?
I will
Okay,
need to
sir.
go. It's clear, but I will just need to go because my network break.
Okay,
It went
that's
off.
fine. So let's go again. Referencing, another very important one. Referencing. Referencing, very important. Okay. Now, everybody, I'm sure we all know how to calculate total. How do you calculate total?
Total is the sum of everything there.
Sum of everything. So how do I do it?
That's going to be B3 equals to sum.
Now, what's the shortcut to do the sum? Alternate equal to.
Alternate equal to.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
You see, the moment your data is structured like this, no empty space, no empty column, you see, analysis is very easy. Have you seen that?
No.
All right. Now, if I want to get percentage, how do I get percentage?
Percentage is Control Shift 5.
Control what?
Shift 5.
I want to calculate the percentage. I want to calculate the percentage here. If I want to calculate the percentage here, how do I calculate it?
Normally, it should be each item over total times 100 words.
Exactly. So the way you think about it manually on paper, that is the same way you calculate it. So this divided by this.
Okay.
Now, if I drag down, what should you expect? If I drag it down, what should you expect?
You'll get same answer for the rest based on the formula inputted from the B1, from the B3.
So what is it showing you?
Out of range.
Can you see that? Can you
Yeah.
see that the division is moving down?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? So by default, we need to hold this word constant. That's what we call your reference. So there are three types of reference. You have what they call relative reference. By default, Excel deals with what? Relative reference. Relative reference means move anywhere, up, down, left, right, center, relative. You have another one called absolute what? Reference. Absolute what? Reference. And the last one is called what? A mixed what? Reference. So by default, Excel works with what? Relative what? Reference. So what you
Yes,
need
sir.
to do is to do what? What do you need to do here? What do we need to do? What do we need to do? We need to hold this word constant. So how do you hold it constant? Press F4. Have you seen that? Then double click. And that is it. So that's what they call absolute word.
Quick one.
Quickly.
Yeah, when we are doing the sum for all the old clients, alternate sum, right?
Yes, alternate equal to.
Alternate equals to sum.
Equal to, alternate equal to, that's all.
Okay, that's all. As regards to the reference now, you are pointing out that to get the percentage.
Yes, you have to now put what? F4, press F4. Then you see $2 signs there.
Okay.
Then run it down. That's all.
Sir, there's something I want to ask.
Yes, please.
In calculating this percentage, I get what you actually did there, but I don't really understand how you did it. I'm actually viewing this from the system. You clicked on the percent. Okay, you first wrote equal to. Okay, then you clicked on January, that particular cell.
Then I press F4 here. At this
Okay,
point, I press F4.
but you type the division sign there yourself.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
So if I have to do the sum for everything now, for that same percentage is alternate equals to.
Exactly. If I want to do that, alternate equal to.
Good.
All right, guys. I think we have come to the end of the session because there's another class about to start now.